Hi crew, hey crew, happy Sunday. Let me just type in the title if I can. Oh no, I don't want to go to a live room. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. No, I don't want to share anything. I may have to title it after the fact. But hi crew, happy Sunday. I'm so sorry. I've been in and out of transformations, and honestly, I've been losing track of the days. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your March has been nothing but amazing, spectacular, growing. Happy spring equinox. We are now in the warmer weather, longer days. Summer's on the way. It's about to be lit, guys. So today, let me see if I can invite some people. Hold on. Oh, and before I start, this lip kit by Beat by Nelly, bomb. I have it on right now with the lip liner. Girl, if you have not already, check out my girl Chanel at Beat by Nelly and get your cosmetics and your hair goods from her. I'm going to put it in the comments right now. This is her Instagram. So today, I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys. It's been a while. Honestly, I've been posting just memes because I personally have been behind the scenes doing the work on my life. It's been a lot, but I am here. I am present. I am happy. And what came up for me today that I wanted to discuss, especially this month with you guys, is support. So support is something that I have struggled with. Support is very mainstream, especially when it comes to you, one starting a business or starting a new venture of some sort and expecting support. So within that support, within giving with support, I normally am the giver. So I give support. I am the strong friend. I am the friend that if you need advice, if you need a helping hand, if you need to run down somebody, back in my days, I was the girl to hit. However, with receiving support, I seem to have imbalance of receiving support. So I'm very independent. I learned that from my dear mother, that you don't need anybody, especially a man, to help you get to where you need to get or do the things you need to do. Small things, small tasks, big tasks. Excuse me. Small tasks, big tasks. You could do it on your own. So I grew up with this belief of being that strong, independent black woman. I don't need no man. And in turn, that support, I resisted that support from friendships, from relationships, from family members, any type of relationship. I had a problem with being able to sit back and receive. So, but doing my research, I seen that there are 4 types of social support that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm not sure if you are familiar with them. I personally was not familiar with it. However, when I did that research, I was like, oh my God, it was so good. I couldn't help but share. So the four types of social support, these are, and just before I begin, these 4 types are something that because I learned it and I'm learning it, I'm more aware of what type of support I may need from a specific person or entity or family member. I will be able to now navigate and let people know the type of help that I need. This is something that I struggled with, even just asking for help. I struggled with that, and now when it comes to support, I find myself falling into the everyday talk of, oh, if this person doesn't support you, that's not your friend, or if your close circle is not posting or spending money on your business or whatever, then you need to remove that friend. But I feel like we as people, we should be able to be aware of the different types of support, so that when we do connect with our family members or our loved ones, we will be able to relay the type of support that we need at that exact moment for whatever situation. So the 4 types of social support is the first one is emotional support. So emotional support is, I have my notes. I'm reading as I go, but it is more of a compassion and empathetic type of support, where your friend may be having a bad day, or your loved one may be having a bad day, and you just say, hey, do you need a hug? Or do you need a kiss? Maybe you need a head rub. Maybe you may need like a foot rub. That is emotional support. Also being that friend that, you call and you just vent, and they'll just sit on the phone and listen, no judgment. They may open up themselves to and share that they have probably went through a similar situation. However, they are just there to listen, there to be that backbone for you. Emotional support is something that I am knowledgeable about, because I am always available. Like, I always tell my friends, oh, if you need anything, I'm here. Like, and so said, so done. So with emotional support, I am that type of person that will say, hey, do you need a hug? Or I will sit down, I will listen to your problems. And I sometimes fault because I tend to try to give advice when I just need to listen. And then on the flip side, just recently, I had spoken to my friend, my good friend, about something that was bothering me. And before I just needed somebody to vent to. And before I got into what was going on, I called her and I said, hey, do you have the mental capacity right now just to listen to what I have going on? And she said yes, surprisingly. And she just sat there and listened, and it felt so good, because sometimes it's good to just speak how you feel about certain situations without there being any judgment, anything attached to it. Just letting free your emotions and letting it go, not really dumping on anyone, because asking that consent of like, do you have time? That person is now making their energy and their presence available to you. Speaking of giving advice, the second type of support is informational support. So informational support is advice giving, something that I sometimes I have to try to balance within myself. But if informational support is if you stumble on a video, if you do some research, or even if you're in school and you learn something new, information that is valuable to maybe one's growth, your own personal growth, something that you personally endured or learned that you feel like you can share. Of course, the statistics, podcasts, life coaching, those are all informational parts of informational support. People who are able to give you advice, but give you advice as well based off of experience and or knowledge. I'm sorry, something just went a little crazy just now. With informational support, that's something that I I love to do research. I love researching things. When it comes to sharing it, though, sometimes even also with giving advice, sometimes I feel like the information may be unsolicited, like it's not needed, it's not necessary. I get so excited that I'm always willing and ready to share, but sometimes that's not what is needed. And on the flip side too, there's times where my friend hits me up, or a loved one will tell me about something that they research or something that they've seen on TV, and I will take that information as well, especially if it resonates with me, and apply that to my life. And I feel like, sometimes the informational support is needed, but it's just a matter of deciphering what situation requires that informational support, that advice giving or not. The third one is esteem support. So just support within your self-esteem, like encouragement. That's something that we do often, especially on social media. When you see your favorite Instagrammer post a beautiful picture, or you see somebody on live or anything, someone opens up a business, we're like, yes, girl, yes. Like that encouragement, that is esteem support. I had mentioned before that life coaches are a part of informational support, but they more so fall in the esteem support. So life coaching, being able to help people remove beliefs that no longer serve them, and welcome in new beliefs to give them that strength to be able to persevere through whatever it is that may be going through, whether it's just life, whether it's your business, career, relationships. That is esteem support. Esteem support is it's also very grounding, where it's like you may have a friend or your lover, you may be going through something very trying, and that person will turn to you and subtly remind you as who you are, the things that you've already overcome. Just a little reminder of who, the type of person that you are, and just knowing that you have that strength to be able to get through whatever situation you may be having or may be experiencing as well. So esteem support is like, I love esteem support. I love to encourage others to go and live their dreams. I love to encourage women. I'm all girl, boss, girl, power, everything. Like, I love to see Black women. I love to see women, period, winning. I love to see women happy, in love, in relationships. That's something that helps boost my esteem, and in turn I give that back. I always give it back. There's always a balance with support where it's giving and receiving support. It's not just, oh, I'm giving, or I'm just sitting back and receiving. Life is literally about yin and yang balance. So just balancing the two of giving and receiving that emotional support, the esteem support. And then the last type of social support is tangible support. So tangible support is when one of your loved ones, or anyone for that matter, decides to take on something that you may be going through, so that you guys taking on some type of responsibility, so that you will be able to solve whatever issue or problem or whatever situation you may be experiencing. So I see tangible support, especially in my life, reflected a lot in the workplace, where I am a team worker, but in the same notion, I will take a step back. I have no problem taking a responsibility of someone else so that they can get to their goal quicker, especially if I have the time, I have the ability to, take on tasks. That's something that type of support is a support that I am used to giving in the workplace. Tangible support as well can also look like if you have a baby and you just need a rest, and your friend comes over, or your mother or a loved one comes over, and they take care of the baby and they let you sleep. Little things, it's the small things that count. Someone that, if you're sick and you're not able to eat, to have someone even just send you Uber Eats or just come over, give you some soup, come over, make you something, help you out. That physical, actual presence of that person showing up to support you, that is another type of social support as well. what I also wanted to talk about within that support as well, the different types of support, is that knowing and understanding these 4 social types, these social types of support, is very healthy in growth and just well-being. Being able to voice what it is that you need at that moment, what type of support. You could just say, hey, I need a hug right now. You know, you can let the person know you're going and say, hey, I need a hug right now. That hug, that's you listening and honoring what your body and your subconscious may need at that entire moment, at that exact moment. Sometimes I feel like everybody or most people feel a lack of support because they don't even know the support that they may need within themselves. So just recognizing that, making aware of that, and dictating, or rather stating what it is that you may need, the type of support that you may need in this exact moment, will help a lot. Just with your overall mental wellness. And then it becomes easier. It's kind of like riding a bike. The first time you ask someone something, it may be a little shaky. You may not know what's to come. They may say yes, they may say no. And if they say no, you know, you can always get back up and ask someone else, you know, or if they say yes, you'll feel more comfortable and inclined to go ahead and do that again as well. So just asking, you know, like I said before, that balance of receiving and giving. I used to overgive, and now I have to sit back and be able to receive. But it's easier to sit back and say, oh, I'm going to be receiving, than to sit back and say, okay, I need to now let people know what is it that I need to receive, because everybody else is on their own path, their own journey, living their own life, experiencing their own experience. So they are not going to sit back and try to nitpick and figure out what it is that you may need at that moment. They're more so going to, you know, go based off of what they're feeling and what they think you need in that moment. And that's sometimes not the case. So just being able to voice what it is that you need, being able to voice, make aware of what type of support you need, even giving that support to yourself at that moment, like showing up for yourself, giving yourself that self-esteem boost that you need, providing that emotional support, hugging yourself. You know, it's only one body that you have, and it's yours, you know, one soul that you have, and that's yours. So don't be afraid to hug yourself, because it's the sweetest hug ever. I love hugging myself. I feel like I'm hugging me. I'm hugging my smaller Ebony, my inner child. I feel like it's such a nice, warm, gentle feeling. If you don't have anybody, especially within what's going on now, I know a lot of people aren't really quarantining, but you know, it's for those who are still, give yourself a hug once a day, in the morning, maybe twice a day, in the morning before, when you get up, and at night before you go to sleep. Like, give yourself a hug, provide yourself that emotional support, because also with supporting yourself, once you support yourself, everything will unfold around you. Everything will mirror how you support yourself. So if you're not giving yourself the support that you need, and if you're able to give yourself that support that you need, you know, give me 1 second. Let me drink some water. Yes. If you're not giving yourself the support that you need, how can you expect someone else who's living a different experience be able to give you that support as well? So supporting yourself is so important. I know it looks little things. It's the little things that count, that help you to support yourself. Like, something for me emotionally, just to show myself that I love myself, is that every Sunday I'll go out and I'll buy a bouquet of flowers, and I will take the time out and I will arrange my bouquet and have it in the house. And that's just me doing that for myself, and it gives me so much love, like a feeling of love and peace and happiness. So, you know, just, it's the small things: running yourself a bath, taking an extra long shower, getting up early, laying in bed until you feel like it, cooking yourself a decent meal. Little things, the little things that you do for your body now, it helps, and it also mirrors into your reality as well. You'll start to see that the small things that you do for yourself, other people now will go ahead and put forth. And even when you do ask for that support. They'll say, okay, yeah, you know, they'll definitely see how much that you support yourself, that they will in turn will support you as well, and you will inspire them to support themselves as well. So support yourself. You know, sometimes we want all the support, we want all the love, we want all the accolades, we want all the fame and all of these things, and it's like you can't really expect that from the outside world if you're not going to give it to yourself first. So your exclusivity, give that to yourself. Your peace, give it to yourself. Your love, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself first so that it can pour over and mirror into your reality. Let me see if there was anything else. So let me let you guys know. So this past couple weeks, I have been doing a lot of energy work. I am now a level 1 Reiki practitioner. I've mentioned Reiki on my previous lives before, how much it has helped me heal as a person. And I loved it so much that I decided to learn how to do Reiki. Being a level 1 Reiki practitioner means that I am able to do Reiki on myself and on my loved ones, but that's really, and plants. I can also share the practice with plants, animals, anything that is made up or composed of energy. So with that, I had also did another energy work session / class that helped me meet with my spirit guides and my angels and my ancestors, and just those meditations alone, I really